You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yeah. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. And when I space out, I see the possibilities unfolding the way that I want. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You cut me.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Plan to Prosper podcast show. I am Sharon Campbell, your host. Again, another Tuesday. What a great day. I look forward to these Tuesdays. I'm going to tell you why. Because I know that you have set aside some time just to join me to learn about how you can continue growing and thriving in your company, in your nonprofit, in your business as an entrepreneur, startup, 9 to 5, a hobbyist, someone that says, you know what, I just do not want to continue working for someone else anymore because now jobs are so not for sure. And even if by having your own company, you have to build a lot of relationships. And so that's why we have taken this month of April to talk about different ways that you can tap into more revenue for your business to grow and thrive. And I want to tell you this here. There is no shortage of money in the United States of America. None. If you look at what is happening up in Washington, D.C., how people are fighting for power, there's a reason why. They want to tap into that money. And they're going to try to keep us away from it, the working middle class. Yes. And you know what? All people with money is not like that. So I want to assure you, all corporations is not on the bandwagon at all with what's going on with the economy. They do not like it. The stock market, Sometimes we may say, then why are they getting behind them? How is it that people can threaten you and you just cave to this? You know, we have to work with our own mental health, our own self-development, because you have some that's not caving in. You have some that's standing up companies. Look at what Harvard did. Other schools buckle. Harvard says no. I think that is a step in the right direction, because somebody has to be the first one. It takes a lot to be the first one to get out there. I'm telling you, it takes a lot, because you're going to get beat up on. But once that person or organization take that first step, wow, it gives the rest of us the courage to move on. Think about all the protests around the world that's happening, and in the United States, state from state, blue state, red state, purple states, independent people, Republicans, Democrats, not for sure what you want to be. It's all about building relationships to say, this is not good for America. It is not. It is not good for America. It is not good for the middle class people. And it's definitely not good for the underserved. And for some that's not middle class, it's not good for them neither. Greed of a few is why we are here. And until all of us, more of us, stand up to that, we cannot wait until 4 more years. We have to deal with it now, because it's now, because we don't need to lose any more money in the stock market. Companies is really going through. Nonprofits are called on to do more with less. So tonight, we're going to talk about additional funding, because I want you to get ready for what's going on now and for all the great opportunities that's going to come in the future for you. Dust off that business plan. If you don't have it, create it. And in there, you should have these. This is what Kobe should have taught you this. That what is your plan if there's another natural disaster? Well, we are in one now with the person that's supposed to be the president, with all of those people that does not have the qualification to govern. When we are standing back, allowing the federal workers, and we're not, because that's Congress, that's the Republican Party, and so we need to understand who governs what and how. We have 3 branches of government. They are separate, but when one branch don't do what they need to do, the other one will come in and take and take and take and take. But hope is still here. We are still at the table as business owners, entrepreneurs, 9 to 5 hobbyists, community developers, faith-based, nonprofit. And you know what? There is opportunity still available. And you'll be like, are you for real? Yes, opportunities is still not at the door for all of us. So we're going to talk about these opportunities tonight. We're going to be back next Tuesday, more about funding. But I want you to know this. Having grant funding is not free money, because you got to do something to get to it. And that something is the difference between you being successful or you being stagnated or closing your door. So let's get busy. So let's start off our presentation tonight. So Mark, can we get the presentation up? Okay, there we go. So look, the Planet Prosper podcast show presentation is going to be about grow, serve, and scale funding opportunity that's available to you in this economy. And we are going to be touring 10 different states and 10 cities. That is still on our plan. Sometimes you may have to slow it down, pause for a moment, regroup, because we want to make an impact when we go to these cities. And whenever chaos is happening, sometimes that's not the best time to move. But guess what? We still have time in 2025. We are still visiting our 10 states, our 10 cities. You're going to learn more about that in May. And so in June, we will kick off our first city and state that we'll be in. And I want you to come and join us. And you're going to learn so much about growing and thriving in this economy, and it's going to be fantastic. Um, we cannot tell you that you are in the best time. Well, it may not say, but this is the time that you can really do a lot for your company during this time. So let's talk about the plan. Too often, we don't have a plan, especially in today's economy, where every dollar counts. And running a nonprofit is just as important as a small business and being innovative. And funding fuels impact. If you do not have a plan by now, given that we are what month? 4 months into the year, I want you to pause after this show and start writing down your plan. Or if you have so many plans, I want you to dust them off and start implementing them. The great thing is too many of us have so many great plans and we don't put them on the shelf. Get those plans. Money is still available. It's about how you position yourself and how you market yourself in this economy. And do not be afraid. Do not let anybody bully you. Do not let anyone tell you you need to stay home. Do not fall to the comfort thing where I'm just going to do a Zoom. I am sorry. You are not going to make the money you want behind a Zoom. Now, doing a podcast, that's fine. But when you talk about massive training, meeting people, building your network, it does not happen. You got to get out your comfort zone and you got to do some things. Take care of you. Okay? Mind your peace, your mental health, and work. Work smart and have a plan. And the plan can't be up here. It must be on paper. It must be, this is how I'm going to run my company now when the markets go back up. How I'm aligning myself now to receive within whatever month when the market. Be prepared is what I'm saying. So you got to have a plan about being prepared. Right? Your vision plus having a clear impact equal funding. Whether you're a nonprofit or profit, there's still availability out there for you. Having a clear vision on where you're going and that there's enough customers or clients out there and that you're willing to go out there and find them, meet them, and talk to them and show that you have a clear impact in people's lives, that's a winning funding grant or proposal for anyone. Building those relationships. And I'm telling you, relationships are so very powerful. Building them over and over and over again for they could be sustainable. So if things go off the rail, you got sustainability to hold you. The urgency is real. It is. We are coming up on 100 days with this administration. And if you watch how they govern, it is not about making sure they take care of the middle class or the underserved or some of the upper class. Because there's a lot of people, and I'm not going to say all upper class want tax breaks. Everybody want a tax break, okay? People don't want to pay taxes, okay? It's that everybody should pay their fair share. And I think that's what all of us are saying. No, not all of us. I think that's what the majority of us are saying. And so it's important that we unite together and work together. We know inflation is going to rise. We know that. And funding would help us stay afloat until we can get this under control. And when you are not actively applying for money, you are leaving it on the table. Now, a lot of times why people are not applying is their books is not in order. Their company's not in order. Their website not in order. It's just their documentation, all of that is just not in order. Sometimes you spend too much of your time working in that business all day long that you so burned out that when you don't have time to work on it. And that is why you are not meeting your goals. Too often you are not taking additional classes. You should be a learner. At no time should you be not learning something in some class, workshop. Sharpen your skills. Do not depend on AI, ChatGPT to do it all for you. It's not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why. As human beings, we want to hear from your authentic self. Now, those are tools, AI and ChatGPT, but they are not you. You can put information into them, but they can't make it feel like you. I talk about it in a compassionate way as you would. Use the tools, but don't be dependent on them. Don't become lazy and say, oh, I'm just going to be cut and paste. I'm going to ask it to write me a grant for this. Funders know. You know how they know? It doesn't sound like you. Don't sound like a person. It doesn't look like your website. And when they talk to you on the phone, the language it is using versus the language you are too different. Put that in your hat. I'm not saying you cannot use it, but I'm saying use it wisely. Now, what are grants? Sometimes they are called proposals. They're non-repairable back. You get it, $50,000. You tell the funder what you're going to use it for. You use it for that. You submit your impact. You show how it benefit. You build your capacity in your company or your nonprofit or in the community, and you move on. It is people with discretionary money want to help more people across a bigger perspective. And so they create a foundation that they put this money in, and they have nonprofits with 501(c)(3)s that ask them, and they other designation that you could receive money to. So, and they have like private schools. So they put this money in. You apply with others also. You get scored. And then if you score high, you receive. Now, some would say, why are you putting government? Because they still is government. Your local government could be giving funding now. I know for myself, I was looking at one of the local government grants that they was giving for small businesses to do facelifts on their building. That's one way. You may have Department of DOT, transportation. They still doing roads. They got money there. That's what their money is for. So don't lose sight of government money. Yes, the federal government is being challenged, but your local government has a little leeway right now. Corporations and foundations, Now, so many people say, well, I'm just going to Google everything and come up with it. Research is the key, but it is not the answer. The answer is you must have your organization books in order, in place, before you even think about applying for grants or writing proposals. Because you can spend a lot of time applying and it asks you to upload something and you don't have it. So first, let's get all of your stuff, or at least 99.99% in order, so you position yourself to be better suited. That may mean also you updating your website. Because, if you've been having that same stuff on your website and the fund to go like, oh, I look like that's 10 years old. Same picture, same, no, nothing updated. Same thing with your social media. You may get on then, you may get on later. All of that tells a funder you are not ready. You don't have the capacity. So we're going to talk about what all of that means in a grant within the next 2 weeks. So, myth versus reality. I have a conversation the other night with two young ladies. That's first they wanted to start a business for profit. By the time I talked to them again, they want to do nonprofit. So my question was, well, what changed from then to there? And what I left them with this question: you must stop running from one person to another person and trying to figure it out, getting bits and pieces from here, and sit down and pay someone to actually carry you through the whole process. There's so many myths out there about nonprofits, what they qualify for. There's so much disinformation about you could get thousands and thousands and thousands of millions of dollars. You're going to write thousands and thousands of grants to try to get to this money. And it's not just grants. You got to have a fundraiser plan, a marketing plan, a social media plan. There's a lot you have to have in order to get to the money. There is grants that's open to profit businesses also. And they have what? Guidelines, things you have to do to order to get there. And just think, other people around the world, around the United States, is competing just like you. So what sets you apart? Okay, so I'll give you a good example. Goldman Sachs have a program for women. But it also, when you look at the application, it asks you about your financial, about your taxes. And if you don't have all that stuff up and ready to upload and send them, that could be a turnoff. But guess what? It's only a turnoff for you because you have not done the work. Not for them, because they have. Be very, 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 very cautious about listening at myth. I've heard people say grants are impossible to win. No, they're not. Of course, other people are going to write them. You're going to write, they're going to write. It is how compassionate your grant application is compared to them. It's about having your plan down. And that's the reality of it is, if you be real with yourself about what you are going to bring to the table and do the work, And yes, it's hard work. Yes, it is hard work to run a company. It is. It is not easy, but you can. The reward and the fact that you can do it, starting today, you can start getting your company in a position that next year, or probably in the latter part of this year, probably after the Christmas, not Christmas, summertime, that you can start applying for grants. If you start now, and, oh, I see a question was, how do I get started? Okay, so that's a good question. Let me need some water. Pollen is still out and real. So let me tell you from this question is excellent question. Excuse me. Now, if you would like for us to help you, go to our website, www.the, and it's my whole name, Sharon Campbell.com, and send a request. And the reason why is that every company, every nonprofit is different. And the information I give you now may or may not apply for you to you, and then you don't move forward. But if I talk to you, I better can help you understand what is it that you need. So we are more than happy to work with you. So again, our website is www.the, my complete name, SharonCampbell.com. And we will talk with you about your company or your nonprofit. Or if you have neither one and you want to get started and you want to have some conversation about what that needs to look like. As always, people say, is there a fee? Not for you to call us and just ask us a couple of questions to get you started, because we need to first set up a Zoom call, because I believe in seeing people, and then having a conference call over the phone, and then for the during that 15 minutes, we should be able to help you figure out some things that you're doing. And then the last part is, do you want us to work with you, or do you need our system? Okay, because I want you to think about this. If our company work with everybody at no cost, how will we stay afloat? How will we pay to be on this network? How will we pay to be on Roku? How will we pay to be on Amazon Prime? How will we, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn. We have to get some time to put these presentations together. We got to think about the economy. We got to do research. All of that is time. And time is money. And so when we are going to do that, and that's what we want to show you, what you are asking us to do, make sure if you don't want to earn any money, make sure you're giving your services away at no cost too. But if you want people to pay for your services, make sure you're okay paying for other people's services. I love to pay for people's services. I believe if I give them what they are requesting, because they know what their value is, I'm going to get the information that I need so I can move my company to the next level. I don't haggle with people with their prices, because I believe if you have what I need and you say this is the cost and it's going to generate me wealth, then I'm going to do that. This is what I share with someone. If someone tells me their figure is $3,500, and this $3,500 is going to generate me $30,000, I could do the math on that. I came my head how many times? I only paid you $35,000, but I ended up taking what you gave me, and I got $30,000. Hey, look, do the math. I tell people all the time, but if you're living from paycheck to paycheck and you don't want to do a budget, and if you don't want to start disciplining yourself and using your time management, you're going to struggle on building a company. That's just it. You're going to struggle. So we're going to take a quick commercial and we'll be back because the next 4 slides is going to impact your bottom line. Welcome back. So now we're going to dig deep. Opportunity. The opportunity is now. I want you to invite other people to attend on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Plan to Prosper podcast with myself, Sharon Campbell. Because the opportunity is now, because we have in front of us $80 billion that small businesses and nonprofits have the opportunity to attain, receive already, got already, or receive coming up. The question is, are you ready to do the work to be part of that money? Why are you leaving money on the table? Why are you struggling? Why are you saying, well, I can't pay, or thinking that you shouldn't pay someone and they're going to open up a pool of funding for you? I just want people to understand, I just try to understand that. You're going to pay someone $3,500 and you're going to get $30,000. Are you caught up into that $3,500? Just really stop thinking about the mindset that you put yourself in. Because I'm looking at this here. I need to keep this person with me because they can move that 30 to 100 to 200 to 300,000 on. If I know this is an $80 billion industry out here, why am I not involved? Where's your network? Is your network is your friends and people that you work with, you're around, and they're working from day to day. I'm just asking you, paycheck to paycheck, how are they going to help you? When you place yourself in this little bubble, and you can start writing this down, I'm going to give you an exercise. I'm going to give you a quick exercise. You don't have to do it now, but you think about it because I want you to do it later. Name 10 people that you know make over $100,000 a year. 10. Wait a minute. That's too many. No. Paula. How about 7? Can you come with 7 people you know that makes over $100,000. Okay. Then how about 5 people you know make over $300,000 that you know person? Not just you know who they are, but you have a relationship with them. Okay. 3 people that you know make over $500,000 a year. 3. 1 person that you know that make $1,000,000 a year. Now I'll tell you, you could know somebody, but do you really know them? Do you go out with them? Do they hang out with you? Do they sit down with you and talk about business and politics and stuff? Or you just know who they are because they pass by? Like, we know a superstar. Yeah, okay, you know them, but you're not in their network. Are they going to take you, introduce you to anyone? It's in that group I just said. Start with 1, 3, 5, 7 people, different. And can you tap them? Look at, because your net worth is your network. You want to know why people are ahead and thriving? Because they built this network of people that they are with people that's doing, producing, and making money. Now, you can't come to the table empty-handed. You can't come to the table expecting people to do everything for you. You must bring something to the table. Mm-hmm. I want you to stop focusing on your health. You got to get in good health. Me too. Mm-hmm. The workforce and sustainability. Okay. Tech is so important too. Pollen be gone. That is going to be so important. Opportunity. Wait. Yes, you can. Yes, you can contact me. Opportunity waits for you. And the Plan to Prosper show is here to help you every Tuesday to reach. So you can reach us at Sharon Campbell, the whole name.com. We'll be more than happy to help you. Okay. Who should be paying attention to what's going on with this $80 billion? Startups and growth stage businesses, nonprofits, yes, social enterprise, and women-owned business. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Get your house in order. Get your house in order, get your business in order, get your mind in order, put a plan down, and start executing. You cannot do this work by yourself. You cannot Google, you cannot chat. You go ahead and do all of that. And then come back and tell me how much money it made you. See, for me, when I hear someone say, I can help you make 7 figures, I'm like, well, you can't help me because I want to make more than that. And it also tells me they can't make no more than that. Okay. That's straight up. Everybody ain't my client. And another pet peeve I have. That's another. This is another one. Don't say to me, sign up for this is free. And at the end of the workshop, you're selling me something. They call that upsell. That's telling me what it is. See, you lose too many people when you say, attend this free workshop. Then at the end, there you go, selling something. I'm going to help you out. Stop doing that. Just say, join us in this investment webinar. and your investment is your time. Uh-huh. But at the end, don't wait till the end, sell people that. Put it in the middle. Tell them up front in the beginning, because they will respect you and buy. You're going to get more sales if you tell me in the beginning or the middle than at the end. I'm going to probably buy if you let me know up front that this is that you're going to be need to sell something to me in order, because your presentation is going to be so impactful that the amount of money you already told me, I'm always trying to look for it already. Or if you want to put it in the middle, but when you put it at the end, you lost me. I just think that you've been, well, I just think you're being deceitful. Let's tell people up front. Okay. What funders want, okay? You want to get this money. You don't have to pay it back right now or never, whatever. But they want something, okay? They want a clear mission and measurable goal. They want to know that what it is you're doing, whether it's your business, a profit, or nonprofit, how you measuring it, and what are the goals. They want to know what the need is and the community impact. That's for both. And they want to know that you have the capacity to execute and report back to them the outcome. Simple. 1, 2, 3. What is your mission or your purpose or your value for your company? Can I measure your goals? Is it going to change your clients? Is it going to make a difference in the economy? What impact is going to happen for this community? Make sure the budget is transparent. Don't pad the budget. It's not necessary. It's not. And make sure you execute and have the capacity to and report back. Use AI and chat. Just don't abuse it. Okay? Don't make it you, because you don't talk that way. You don't say stuff. Your program is not laid out that way. Because now you let Chat GT, now you got to create. Now they created it. Now you got to figure out how to teach it. Don't make no sense. Okay? Real results is for real people. If you want to increase your sales and you need more additional money, revenue, to take care of these expenses, you have the opportunity to apply for funding that you can pay for staff, equipment, programs, outreach, and you have the opportunity to turn your ideals into sustainable operation. People that does the work get the outcome. Do the work, the outcome is yours. Work just as much in your business as on your business. I was up last night till 1 o'clock this morning, and I got up Monday at 4 a.m. But it was Tuesday morning at 1 p.m. before I went back to sleep. I had to get that time in, because building this and being able to sell it to somebody, that when I sell it to them, I've done all the work, and they're gonna take it and double it, triple it, and they're gonna move on. I'm looking for funding right now from a bank that have some opportunities for me to roll out a program. And I can't wait. So I'm spending my time getting my stuff in order. Well, I want to thank you. I hope I empowered you today. And it's been a long day. Like I told you, I've been up. I went to bed at 1:30. 1 o'clock this morning. I had to be up and ready out the door by 7:15. Had a lot of work I had to continue doing before I leave. But I want to say, grants is for everyone that want to do the work. Because grant does not go to the best ideas. They go to the best prepared idea. So let's turn your purpose into prosperity. And if you want to talk with us about it, reach out to us through our website, www.thesharoncampbell.com. Say contact us. We'll schedule a time. We'll be more than happy. But do not leave money on the table. And please, well, I want to thank you. I had a fantastic time today. I love training. I love sharing. We've been doing this over 15 plus years, and we have seen companies and nonprofits grow and thrive. I will tell you, you do the work, and the work will be this profitable for you. Join me as we get our health in order, our pocketbooks ready with our money, because when you have a healthy mind and brain, and you can move and go and do things, it makes a big difference. And health can be in so many different forms. Drink more water. Water could be something you just do, for a week. Park a car 2 parks over and walk a little bit more. Smile, because that makes you happy. Get up in the morning, not rushing, but a little early to enjoy yourself. Meet your higher power, because you can do this in 2025. I know you can. And one last thing I want to take with you. If you want people to pay you what you're worth, your value, be willing to pay other people. I do it every day. And because I do that, I'm able to stay on this show every Tuesday. I'm able to be on Roku. I'm able to be on Power TV. I'm able to be on Facebook. I'm able to be on LinkedIn. I'm able to be on Amazon Prime Fire. I'm just able to do so many other things. I want to thank Mark Lee for assuring and making sure that the Plan to Prosper podcast show airs every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And yes, sometimes we do reruns. You know why? Sometimes our audience asks us for that. But I'm telling you, we are going on the road, 10 states, 10 cities, and we are so excited. You're going to learn more about that in the month of May. So get ready. We're going to show up. We want you there. We're going to tell you where we're going to be at. And we just want to bless people. And that's it. We are not on the road saying to get clients. We are on the road as our service to give out information for you to be a better you and meet your journey. And in returns, we get a client. Fabulous. But the most important thing is get out your comfort zone. Expand your network. And watch opportunities come your way. Have a fantastic night, everyone. See you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Bye.